Right. So it is Thursday, 13th of July, 2017. I'm not sure what to expect, how many people are going to be around, because, well, I told them we weren't doing any videos till after the meeting Saturday. But we have some issues to discuss. Plus, all the real ringing up my phone, messaging, giving me all kind of talks. So, all right. Yes, I understand the show became something more than just a platform to build the party. I understand that. But we can't just, and all I'm saying is, we can't just vent here. We had to be able to take the show on the road, as it were. And that said, as it is Thursday, 13 July 2017, please do not forget, we have two meetings this Saturday. We have the members meeting at noon at 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you have not signed up yet, come and sign up. But more importantly, bring out everybody. Saturday evening at 6 in Santa Cruz. It will be real waking up time. Hear what I'm telling you. Spread that word. Saturday. Call them out. Let them know we're here. Let me get some numbers. Spread the word. Tell them we on.
Of everything you accuse me, and all the time you abuse me, but now you cannot refuse me. I was born in a village. I learned my upbringing, where all was forgiven.
The song has serious vibes.
I was born as a warrior. The father was a snake fighter. So why is that no pushover? Now we're fighting back. They come out of boss man.
Wake them up, call them out, text them, WhatsApp them, call them on the phone, tell them Philip live, come in.
Come for me, tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them who want confront me anywhere we go, we friend nobody and friend nobody.
See how Pep waking up? See how much videos coming out? Everybody talking out now. You're going down in point 14, Gaelings. The people standing up. The people standing up. The game going to change. Nothing is more powerful than an idea before it's time. All them bad mind people. The bandit clan and the gangster bunch. Tell them, pray with those people. Pray.
Yes, they call me inhuman, descendant of the blue one.
Who ain't dead, badly wounded.
I have made preparation, I have faced tribulation. This is my declaration. In the deep bush where I come from, serpents and scorpions run when they see my right hand. Fearing them for destruction.
Good evening, Mr. Rudy Curry.
No man, no boy, no woman, no girl, no thing. Came here to battle and fight for my life while I'm hearing them sing. They come out of bus man. They lose the belting like they want to bust man. No matter what they do, me I go bound to them. We they get in like they want to come for me. So tell them come for me. Tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them who want confront me anywhere we go. We friend no man and friend no demon. Tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them who want to stop we. Tell them we don't friend no woman, friend no stick and friend no demon. I say Olive, we go come out hard to find them like we did total manna. Olive, we go come out hard to find them like we did total manna. Tell them we don't afraid nobody.
Tell them.
Bad mind people, them who try it.
Tell them Progressive Empowerment Party. We ain't come here to pose and play, no. We come here to change the game. You see me, boys? You see me, girls? Standing up. They're telling me find some names, Philip. Announce your cabinet, Philip. Show we a lineup, Philip. Miss we with that. You ain't see, look my boy Gabriel Osuna, you know him. First caller every night from Cuba. I part of the team. He put out a video today, 100,000 views. And you're liking what he's saying. The Progressive Empowerment Party. We not looking for old-time has-been dinosaurs, follow-ons, also rans, never was. All them passed through 92 different party. Like my boy Corn Beef. Corn Beef in 1 year was in 4 party, you know. COP, ILP, UNC, then PNM. You see that? Madness. Madness. They're just looking for a place to stand up and line and say, give me. That's what they're there for. We ain't want that. We're not there for that. You ain't gonna see one recycled politician. Not one. You know why? This country awash with good people. And we not hiring. You see, the vision we have for Trinidad and Tobago, what we believe. You see, every night I drink this. A Progressive Empowerment Party. 1 year after we in power, all them water company will close down. Why? Because the water that will be coming out of Wassa line will be purer than what they have. I drink this. You watch the man in Point Fortin. He tell Rowley and he show him a bottle of mud. He said, look what coming out the tap for me and my children. I can't afford bottled water. The man tell him, and I see you drinking not fancy clean water on your table. Our vision for Trinidad and Tobago is a nation where everything works. Where everything works and works well. Wassa sending filth in people's house and taking billions of dollars to do it. Madness. And Wassa getting money twice. Wassa getting money from the state and Wassa getting money from the people. So it's 2 jam, you're taking jam for mud water. Come on, man. I know people in Diego Martin. 62 townhouses in a compound that have a big tank in the middle. And each individual townhouse still getting Wassa water bill. Don't pay it now. This is madness. This is a mismanaged country. And what they've done is they've isolated the people. They've isolated the people, and the people had nowhere to turn before. But that changed because the Progressive Empowerment Party is here. So now the game going to be different because who ain't dead badly wounded? And that may be a figurative statement, but we coming for we money. We want we money back. All you who take money and hide it in tire company and selling washing machine and dryer and clothes and say you're an overnight contractor. You start off with one backhoe 5 years ago and you're a billionaire today. Miss you with that bullshit, yeah? You want the people money back. All you posting on Facebook with your children and your 100,000 Rolex. We taking notes, you know. As Paris say, account for your wealth. It's Paris say it, but we will follow through. Paris want to go for fellas with gold teeth and spinning rims. We going for the real bandit plan. You know what I tell you? We want we money back.
Judgment morning, I'm at the gate and I'm waiting because I'm begging the master. Give me a walk with Peter. If I come sinners coming, with them I go be dealing. Because the things that they do me, I want to fix them personally. Peter looks as the roads by the gate.
Peter look Kamla and the whole yellow crew. Peter look Kamla who stand up on the Hall of Justice steps today fighting for the children's life fund, fooling the people. Kamla, account for the bandits in your midst. Kamla, account for the billions of dollars stolen on your watch. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, the people have as little interest in you and your bullshit as they have in Rowley and his. Account for the people money, Kamla. Account for what was done on your watch. Account for why 5 years in office they still have people languishing in jail that have been convicted of nothing. All your silk, all your silkify all yourself. All you give each other silk. And all is the best lawyers in the world. All you know how to use the court to do whatever all you have to do. But not enough to understand what going on in the jail is a human rights violation. You were the prime minister. You could have summoned the DPP. You could have summoned the chief justice. You could have called his excellency the president and said, look, we hurting people. We is a nation that destroy lives. If these people had pled guilty from the moment they bring them in that jail, they serve that sentence twice and they still sit down in that cage. That is madness. All they want to pose and posture and pretend. I tell all them miss you with that. 5 years later, Wassa still transmitting mud.
Take rally, but leave Victoria for me.
You're there for 5 years. And the banks raping the population. You're there for 5 years, Kamla. They closed down the borders, drugs flowing like water. All of the feel is the same time. It's not just Trinidadians wake up in. Time to burn all of them lawyers who drive the getaway car. Them lawyers who literally drive the getaway car. I listen to people make joke and say, well, you're thief and thief legal fees too. You can believe that? They have people in this country so nasty, so obscene, so stink, so disgusting. They will read your story on social media. I watch a woman today post how while she getting her heart scan, the security guard breaking her husband's ass and drag him outside and throw him in the... What is going on in the Ministry of Health? Is Satan running our Ministry of Health? What is going on? For our $6 billion that we're spending this year is licks for poor people. I will never forget it. I will never forget it. There are things that's burned itself in my mind. You see, like this little boy, Vidish mother, her tears, that picture, that burned in my mind. You not burn in my mind. People send me a video over and over and over and over, and I refuse to watch it over and over and over, and one day I click it, and it have me so vexed, boy. I livid. I watch them drag this Rasta man out of his house in handcuffs, about 14 police, so a backhoe could mash up the man's house, boy. If you see the house this man built, bricks and cement and galvanized, properly well done and organized, and it still have work to do it. And I'm thinking, boy, how hard and how long this man worked to do this, boy. This is a nation of advantage. We could advantage but $3 trillion stolen and not one corrupt lawyer, not one corrupt accountant. The Commission of Inquiry into CLICO said PricewaterhouseCoopers published fiction to fool people that CLICO was solvent. It was a lie. They was to make a jail. They were to make a jail for that. The committee that received the accounts from PricewaterhouseCoopers, all of them, Faris, Assam, where are you? All the people who sit on that committee that sign off on that, jail for that. This is a nation that ended up having to spend $25 billion. You know why we're in a recession? Because Dupree and them gone with money. $25 billion gone in CLICO hands. And listen, if that $25 billion was in Chase Manhattan Bank somewhere, we'd have make some interest. We might have get a 10%. And if we had got a 10%, that 25 would have be $50 billion nearly now. But we ain't getting that because Dupree and them get it tax-free. And right now they're making an assault through the courts to come and seize back the company, even though they owe the original $19 billion that still ain't get paid yet, much less interest. Madness. Total and complete madness, and they want to stand up and talk and give it talk. Why the police not do? Why do we have a Trinidad and Tobago police service not set up to go and charge Herbert Volney for misbehavior in public office? Kamla Prasad Bisesa fired Herbert Volney as the chief architect of the misbehavior that resulted in Section 34. And if he was the person who did it, and he apologized and Annan accept the apology, who the hell is Annan Ramlo going to accept anybody apology? The man broke the law. They hijacked the parliament to free investors and financiers who are charged and accused of stealing over $1 billion. Their co-conspirators went to jail in Miami, confessed, pay back, and went to jail. For Ish and Steve, how that could be normal? But we could go and lock up Riyadh for posting a post on Facebook that the police have no jurisdiction on. This is a mad nation, and as long as we continue to allow this madness to continue, that is as long as the madness will continue. It is that long it will continue. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to stand together now. The power structure, the bandit clan, they are an absolute tiny minority, and the money they have is our money. And if this judiciary and this court system can't get our money back, give us 41 seats so we could undo and redo and go and claim back the people's money. Give us that as a mandate. Go and bring back the $3 trillion. Give us that as a mandate.
undergo. From these madman and woman, I feel the full weight of the hand. They oppress law, they never care about the poor. Peter, these people had a day. Well, now it's time for Stalin to play.
There is a technique for hunting monkeys. The idea is to get the monkey to capture himself. That is Trinidad in a sentence. The technique to capture monkeys is to get the monkey to capture himself. If you get the monkey to capture himself, he will enslave himself and stay right there by his own greed. That's what we do in Trinidad. They build a little cage, small so, and they put something inside the cage. The monkey knows to slip his hand in to grab it. But when he grab it and he make a fist, his hand can't come back out. And he can't let it go because his greed don't want to lose it. So the monkey is now a prisoner of his own greed. You know how much good people leave this country and gone, take their children and gone? How much good people? Look at the thread. They're supposed to be liking up themselves wherever they is. They still miss Trinidad and Tobago. You know how much good people? Look at the size of the support that the Progressive Empowerment Party have. Foreign-based Trinis. Take a look. Massive. Massive. Now I want to know, how do we get them to vote? Because Americans based in Trinidad vote in the embassy. Do we have a modern law like that? I don't know. But I would like to find out. Because the foreign-based Trinis alone will put the Progressive Empowerment Party in government. We have about 1 million people outside, you know. That afraid to come back home. That missing home. That missing home. No matter how nice you have it in our next man land, it could never be home. And let me tell you something here. This Progressive Empowerment Party, the type of people that on board humbles me. It humbles me to the point where, and I say all the time, this no longer about me. This movement, this train left the station. This train left the station. This is happening. This is happening. The people of Trinidad and Tobago have awoken. The sleeping giant. They take us for granted for so long. The Bible says turn the other cheek, and we turn in cheek for years, for decades we turn in cheek. Sitting down here every time they have an election, listening to them mocking pretenders come and lie and lie and lie because they're telling we what we want to hear, and they're saying it every time. Manning going and lock up Pandey going and lock up Rowley, Kamla going and lock up Pandey, Manning, Rowley going and lock up Kamla. It's one set of jackass talk. One set of jackass talk. Nobody doing nothing. We hear from Johnny O'Halloran and Sam P. Wallace. I mean, we have a rogues gallery. From the very start of this country, Eric Williams presided over a total kleptocracy. They said Trinidad's oil boom. They make jokes. They laugh at us. They say, boy, it passed through a country like a dose of salts. Holland get the same boom. Them have. But go and see the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. I don't want to quote wrong numbers, because every time I talk, people just write it down. You know, the copy and paste media, they don't ask Rowley, what you mean, you know? No, Rowley said, I write it down. Kamla said, I write that down too. Copy and paste. But if Philip said, let's ask questions. So, Christophe Samlal, member of the team, said that you propose, and people are asking me to justify what you're talking about, $50,000 house, $100,000 house. Let me tell you this. There are whole industries in the world where you could go in a hardware now, buy a house today and put it up today. In China, they build houses in 24 hours. So we could set up an entire industry because we're talking about 20 and 40,000 houses. And we ain't telling you where to build your house. We ain't telling you where to buy your house. We said up to $1 million, we will give you zero deposit, zero interest once you could pay the installment. And the installment, I estimate on 100,000, zero deposit, zero interest for 30 years, is $377. $377 a month. So $1 million is that times 10, $3,770 a month. $1 million house. $1 million house is a proper house. The price of house in Trinidad is insane. But we have a vision of a nation where healthcare is not only functional, it is available in close proximity. It treats people with respect and the dignity that they deserve as shareholders of this country. You're not peasants. This money is yours. All of it. Every single cent of it is yours. It's all yours. They've lied to you. They've fooled you. They've niggerized and coolized you to make an ass of you and stolen your money so their little children could drive Mercedes-Benz and Ferrari on the avenue and step out in pointy shoes to get the barman, the doorman $50 for putting an orange cone so they could park. It's your money they're flamming. It's your money. I will embarrass the shit. I will call them all out. Give me the authority. I will publish their names and their actions in the copy and paste media. I'll give them a reason to exist. I'll publish their names and their actions. You see what they hide? What these political parties conspire to defraud the people? That's what we're dealing with. The Progressive Empowerment Party has a vision of a Trinidad and Tobago where every single child goes to a prestige school. The PNM and the UNC play a game with a 10-year school because they're a private school and jam them. I see take 2 years in court and hundreds of thousands of dollars and man hours in a court. The same PNM and the UNC couldn't get together to say, wait now. Every time they have a military funeral in Maraval, the whole West is grind to a halt. Let's put the military cemetery in Chaguaramas, where they could parade whole day, and I don't mean it disrespectful, but you cannot continue to have a Thursday, an idle Thursday like today, and cut 100,000 people off for a funeral parade. That is madness. Where else is that done in the civilized world? You could have had the whole of Chaguaramas to yourself. Start from one end, march all the way to the other. Why that is not being done? Kamlan, Rowley and Manning and all of these jackasses sit down in office, parade, pontificate, posture and pose and do hell all for anybody. We envision a nation where common sense prevails. We believe in a country where if you give every child a grade point average, listen to this, because this is simple arithmetic. If every child had a grade point average, the 20 children in the class, their collective numbers is the teacher's grade point average. And the 40 classes in the school is the principal's grade point average. Understand what I'm telling you. So if the school not functioning, the principal have questions to answer. And if 39 class functioning, but this one, that teacher have questions to answer. But all the children are entitled by law to a proper education. What we do in them now is making criminals, because they're coming out of that school system to only get jobs where they can mop and function as security guard and hustler. And then the partners driving past and they'll be 13 and 10 and they're liking themselves because they're doing a little robbery. They're going to offload some coke from a pirogue along the islands. Come now, you have 50,000. You're forcing people into crime. We're forcing people into squalor in a nation that has spent $600 billion in the past 10 years. That is madness of the people's money. We envision a nation where food is cheap and affordable, because Trinidad, unlike Qatar, who we compare ourselves to, but Qatar have no soil. Qatar have to import everything. We don't. You spit 2 pawpaw seed and next week a pawpaw tree growing. This country fertile to a fault. We could feed ourselves in 5 years, and in 10 years we could be exporting to the whole Caribbean. Plain talk. Food price supposed to come down to nothing in this country. Breadfruit in Trinidad is Mr. Breadfruit. When last you see a breadfruit tree, they're supposed to have breadfruit tree by the mile. That is the best starch you could eat. It is low glycemic. It lowers your blood sugar, unlike rice and wheat and Irish potato that spikes your sugar. Breadfruit stabilizes your sugar. We should have breadfruit by the mile. We should have soursop by the mile. Avocado. It's easier to get foreign processed avocado to buy in the grocery than it is to get a Trinidad avocado. Half them avocado, if not more, that you see selling on the side of the road, them coming off the port, small island, realize Trinidad is stupid with money. They're so stupid they don't know they can grow their own avocado. They can grow their own mango. What Julie mango we get it? We don't get it from here. Them Julie mango coming off the small, where they carry come jetty. Go and see. Go and see where our fruit's coming from. We're not growing it here. And we should be growing it here. But instead of putting fertile food-bearing land to proper use, we're selling it and giving it to financiers and investors to put up strip malls and cineplexes. We are being abused and raped and mismanaged by government. And they have to be held to account. And the people of Point Fortin, I want to give you all a round of applause, because Rowley thought they was going to come. And the boy sit down, you know. He didn't have the decency to stand up. They didn't bring a Trinidad flag. They forget there was an anthem. He is a pretender. That is not a real prime minister. This man don't give two ass about Trinidad. I tell you that. I want to debate this man. I want to ask him questions. I want to ask him, what is your plan, your policy for water, for public utilities? What are your plans for food production? Tell us your plans, because September, you'll be there 2 years. And your track record is pithy at best. Your track record in a mess. Check it out. But we believe in a nation where every creed and race finds an equal place before all systems of state and law. And there's something I want to tell you all. It's called a direct democracy. And if I don't get around to saying it, make a note of direct democracy, because this is what I want to talk to you all about. And you could check it. Because in a direct democracy, the people weigh in on everything important. They have referendum, they have vote, they have recall. In a direct democracy, the people get everything that they need, and they get to have a say. They get to have a say in everything. We envision a nation where GATE is not only continued, it is entrenched, but it is planned. We will know we need, in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, we need this amount of doctors, this amount of nurses, these amount of engineers, these amount of pilots, these amount of carpenters and masons. Let us start planning and forecasting and using GATE for that. And if you want to go and become a medieval philosopher, fine, but you'll pay for that, because we don't have no use for that. But the things that we need, agricultural engineer, that's a thing, agronomist, those things we need. We need to be building our own Silicon Valley. Half of UWI should be tech. No, I don't know why it's not. Half of UWI should be tech industries right now. But as usual, we have to play catch up 50 years after. We should be an authority on the real value of cannabis, because the world trading billions of dollars in marijuana for medical purposes, and we left behind locking up little black hen chicken and burning down fields. We ought to be 50 years behind. In everything. In everything. But Kamla partner with whatever he was doing with the airline industry, get some money to go and build an airport teaching school. We spend that money and then we shut it down. Bullshit, more bullshit. You vote for bullshit from the UNC and more bullshit from the PNM. Look at Keith Rowley. When you pass Jean Pierre Complex and Hasely Crawford Stadium, every single day it's empty. The two biggest teams in Italy, AC Milan and Inter Milan, share a stadium. They share a stadium. We have stadiums that we don't use. And this comic clown going to build our next one in Diego Martin. What is that for? Who is that for? The people, or the people who build in it? And the people who are going to get the contract to landscape it and pressure wash it and maintain it. In a nation where certain medical instruments, Supposed to get 25 use, 50 use, 75 use, 100 use, sterilize, repurpose, reuse. We use once and throw it away because the machine that's supposed to sterilize, we have 4, and the last one just break down. The last one just break down. Now there will be still knuckle draggers in the PNM and the UNC. They still have a couple. There's not much. The people woke up. Go on the Express. Go on CNC3. Go on TV6. You want to see what's supposed to be the middle ground. Where it's not UNC controlling it. It's not PNM controlling it. It's not us that controlling it. Go on the middle ground and see who dominating the conversation. See who talking fact. See who talking plans, programs, policies, ideas and issues. The Progressive Empowerment Party followers. The supporters of the PEP are in the conversation saying this does not have to be so. While the rest of the jackasses talking black and Indian foolishness. And where was with Kamala, and where was with Rowley, and all that nonsense. Undernourished, underinformed, undereducated, set up, wound up, sent out to talk bullshit in the national conversation. In the national conversation. Even our elections are frauds. We do nothing right. We charge people $5,000 as a deposit. Why? So that only rich people could come and run for elections. Poor men can't. That $5,000 deposit, we want to cross. Listen, the Progressive Empowerment Party, we want to take all the licks. Put us in office. The deposit to contest an election, that gone. That $5,000 gone. Anybody want to stand for an election, once it's election time, $50. They're not doing it for the money. We have the money in the state because the EBC is funded. So that $5,000, it serves one purpose, and it is a barrier to poor people. And that bullshit have to end. Because this is a nation whose national anthem say, together. Here, every creed and race find an equal place. Our national watchword say, together we aspire. Together we achieve. Who they were talking about? Who? Why is it only rich men with deep pockets could finance parties to send them up for elections? Because that was what it was set up to do. It is deliberately set up to fail. It is deliberately set up to fail. So that the average person have no chance. You have no say. You have to settle. And you want names? Half of the bandit clan in the PNM and the UNC, you never see them before. Till Kamala trot her out on stage and Rowley trot him. Stuart Young tell me I will have nothing to do with the PNM. Next year later, he's a member for life. Whining on stage with Rowley. It is bullshit and more bullshit. The PNM cussing, cussway Gypsy ass, you nasty. All the worst kind of thing until Gypsy leave UNC. Hey boy, Gypsy was always my friend. I tell you tonight, if Kamala joined the PNM, she would have been the best Grey Goose drinker the world ever had. They would celebrate it. If Rowley joined the UNC, Alan Karim and them loving up that black ball head man, loving him. Boy, Ravina's a nice Indian girl. Why all settle down? This is the kind of bullshit that they give you for politics in Trinidad and Tobago. Plenty people know more about Rowley and Ravina than know about Rowley's actual policies for this country. We have no idea what is the government's legislative agenda other than Faris Al-Rawi would like to turn off social media. We have no clue as what the economic plans and policies are for the diversification and development of the country. We in the Progressive Empowerment Party tell you, step one must be balance the budget, which means shut down all of those wasteful privatized contracts, shut it down, shut down the special purpose companies, sell all non-essential companies. The government have no business being in business. We tell you we will end all of those state boards. We will shrink the cabinet down to 9, 11 at best. 11 at best. We will decentralize power to the constituencies. A board of supervisors will run your constituency. You don't come looking for we. You have a board of supervisors. You have a supervisor for health, for education, for public works, for public utilities and security. We will bother with things like making sure they have proper exams to check the GPA at the end of the term. We will bother about the price of food. We will bother about making sure the nation's safe. We will shut the borders down. Shut it down cold. All them coke front business will collapse. All will collapse. All them fancy restaurant and tire company and service company and all this bullshit, you will watch them collapse. Because the coke dollars that propping them up, that passing through them, nobody in your restaurant tonight, but at the end of the night, they take a tape read off $350,000, so you're washing money. All that done. That's what we will do. That's what needs to be done. When you line up by a microphone, the next time Rowley put God out his thoughts and call a next conversation with the people, ask him, why haven't you secured the nation as yet? You told the people 30,000 guns worth $100 million are in the country, but you've not told them what you're doing to stop the guns coming in. Why are you bullshitting us, Keith Rowley? Why did you put a jackass for the Minister of National Security and gave him 2 jackasses to work with him? Why haven't they yet come to the people and said, we are shutting the borders down cold, that from 3 miles out, anybody come in, anybody going out, stop and search? Why isn't that put in place? Why aren't we unstuffing the containers on the port so that no more smuggling, so no new guns, so we can give rewards to the police for locking up illegal guns, bringing them, dropping them in a smelter? Because we want to take them, pay a reward, and somehow a rat take it and it gone back out in the system. So I tell you, we're dropping it in a smelter. Yeah? Go back to Kamla. Say, Kamla, you had 5 years. You had 5 years, Kamla. Why you didn't shut down the nation's borders to end human trafficking? Don't weep for little Vidish. Don't weep for him with your crocodile tears. Why you didn't right-size the failing social fabric in this country? Made it possible for everybody to have a proper job and to own a home so that the family, so we can rebuild the communities. Why didn't you do that, Kamla? Why? Keith Rowley, why aren't you doing it now? I tell you already, forget me. Don't like me. Don't love me, don't follow me, don't vote for me, want the worst for me. But listen to what I'm telling you. Because what I'm telling you empowers you. Go back to your leader and say, you know what? Philip is a jackass, but I want this. I want to be able to own a home. I want when me and my family go in the hospital, they're taken care of. I want to make sure that my child gets a proper education. I want this money that I'm working for to be able to afford to live. That's all I want. That's all I want. I don't want to have to be spending needless money by the mechanic every 6 months fixing ball joint and end and shock absorbers because the blasted road that making road pavers billionaires. Still, we can't find one straight flicking flat piece of road in the country. We can't find one. We have a nation living in fear, total and complete fear. Every day is something else to shock them. The people are in total dismay. They are not happy. The only time Trinidadians happy is when they're drunk. And that is why they need to drink so much. So maybe Angostura and Carib happy for that. But that is not how you run a country. You don't run a country that way. This is a nation blessed by all the gods. We fighting for bullshit. We should not have no violence in this country. This should be the poster child for how a country works. La Trinity. Here every creed and race finds an equal place. You all know what the power of that CNN and MSNBC and Fox, when they're talking about us, they must say, you know why it works? Because there, every creed and race finds an equal place. They will line up in the snow 4 o'clock in the morning in Canada to get a visa. Jamaicans and Bajans will be practicing a Trini accent. I got Trini too. Right now, we are an embarrassment. We humiliate ourselves. We are shameful. We allow things to happen that shouldn't happen. Tomorrow, this nation should shut itself down until His Excellency the President, the DPP, and the Chief Justice deal with the human rights violation going on in the nation's prisons. And if we don't do that, we are as much to blame as anybody else. And you have to be able to care for the homeless, the orphan, the disabled, the prisoners in jail. Because if you can't care for them, how the hell we gonna care for you? How we will care for you? If you're not marching with me for Morva, Beetham, Laventille, and Sealots, don't expect me to march for Westmoreland and Goodwood Park. I'm not coming. We is either one nation or we're not. And let's stop the bullshit. The vision we have for this nation is black, brown, green, white, Chinese, Indian, where Syrian, Portuguese, wherever you come from. Tall, short, gay, straight, I don't care. Behave yourself, I behave myself. We love one another, everybody go away. Why this nation has to be so difficult to live in? Why is it so hard? Why must we get accustomed to images of blood and gore and murder and mayhem? Why do we have to have burnt into our national psyche images like that mother? I watching politicians talk a bag of, but I know children watching, but I really want to cuss. And I understand the people who like to hear cuss and are sorry. But if they have children watching, we have to respect it. But politicians talking nonsense. Nonsense. I'm looking for a politician coming out of Tobago to say, listen, shut Tobago down. Shut it down. This is madness. Tobago should sue Trinidad. Tobago need to bring a class action lawsuit against the central government for abuse and misbehavior in public office. Tobagonians have been abused since this government come to office. And I'm telling you, I know the bacchanal and the banditry that went on with the Superfast Galatia, and this government come and make it worse. They come and make it worse. This is a nation where laws are written to prevent you from saying that man thief. It's written that way. The judiciary, the courts, our system of justice, we need to go back to the Constitution, undo and redo. We need to fire some of these people who sat there drinking judicial, judge, law, everybody, lawyers, liking up themselves, and the system not working, and nobody ringing a bell. Nobody saying this not working. It's not working. Think about all of these prisoners, all of these people who have cases in front of the former chief magistrate that the screw up by the Chief Justice and the JLSC have set them back a decade in their life. Think about those people. Think about their families. And not every charge is a guilty verdict. Not every charge is a conviction. When police put somebody in jail, it doesn't necessarily mean they're guilty. So think about the innocent. Think about the innocent people who get caught up in that. Think about that. Who going to enrich justice on time? Drive them up and down the road more. Drive them up and down the road more. If people start to kill themselves in that jail, I watch a guy in his jail burn down. We lucky we are peaceful people. We lucky we are peaceful people. But we're doing wrong. All of this is injustice. Is injustice. Is injustice. And it is being done in our name. So that means I responsible and you responsible too. When wrong is done to people, it is being done in our name. In a democracy, the people are supposed to have say. This democracy, we have none. We need an undo and a redo. We, the Progressive Empowerment Party, we have a vision for a country where the little children could play in the street in peace. Where an actual police service functions like a real police service. Walking the beat in the communities, driving around in their patrol cars to a set space. That's how they do it in the real world. You come to work, you're on shift, look your partner, look all your radios, look all your guns, take that vehicle, and you driving around these 20 blocks here for the next 8 hours. That's how it's done in the real world. I'm sorry about that, I have the flu. But that's how it's done in the real world. You come to work, you're on shift, look your radio, look your gun, you go and walk around them 10 streets for the next 8 hours and come back. People see high visibility. But you see, the Progressive Empowerment Party envisions a country where bandits don't want to be bandits no more, where hope and opportunity invades the nation, where people have jobs and they have the ability to start businesses, where they could own their own home, where they could go to higher education. We propose using the schools after school close. We propose using that, asking the retirees, those who would like to host classes, people who would like to use facilities to teach people what they know. For peppercorn, we wouldn't charge you, you charge them small money. So you could go and learn Tai Chi and macrame and Spanish, or get homework supervision. Or wouldn't you like to go and sit with a retired CEO of a marketing company if you're in marketing and learn from his life's experience? a retired school teacher. What a blessing to go and sit and listen. Imagine a country where at the end of the day, when the school children go home, the adults who want to learn, or anybody for that matter, even the same children can come back and do school supervision, homework supervision. Imagine a nation where the doctors who work for the hospital can't work anywhere else for the duration. That you have to hire and pay well specialists. But the vast majority of work done in the hospital, done by brand new doctors in their first 3, 5, 7 years, while they're building their name and their experience. And they have a specialist on call, whatever. There are people who understand and set these things up properly, but imagine a nation where you have 41 healthcare centers, properly set up. 24-hour accident and emergency, minor surgery suite, dedicated ambulance at each one. So all 41 constituencies could treat with emergencies in their constituency, within their constituency. And the only thing that have to go to the general hospitals are things that they can handle, elective surgery and big surgery. All of a sudden it starts to work. So the scorpions thing and the people who need to come and do their blood tests for their food badge and all of that happening right where you live in. And you go to work and you finish work and you come home at 10 o'clock in the night. Imagine a nation where the supermarket owners start to feel safe, where the hardware owners start to feel safe and they open till midnight every night. So you can plan your life. It don't have to be a hustle. We don't have to be stressed. This nation has been deliberately set up to fail. It has been mismanaged. And there is not one problem in this country, not one problem that cannot fix. Possibly with the exception of the brainwashing that has warped the minds of the sycophants, that even after hearing this much rich knowledge, life-changing information, will still go back to suckle red and ready, yellow and steady. Maybe that can't fix, but everything else could fix. Everything else could fix. They have no problem in this country that we can't fix. Trust me when I tell you that. That is the truth.
I wanna fly, change, fly up to the sky. UNC change up, things rearrange up. This is since they get rid of past. Let the past be the past. UNC brand new. They're going to tell you. This is since they humble down rubbish. The party have no more rubbish. But when I look around, what do I see? Recycled politicians. I see kangaroos like Assam and Ram Logan, hopping from bandwagon to wagon. So they polish and shine, then fall back in line. But that cannot thief my mind. Jump high, jump low, whether sun or rain. I am falling for that again. It's the same faces, new administration, same faces, now in new position, same faces, with a brand new chief. UNC, the same bunch of scamming thieves. When the airport billions disappear, remember Rudlal was right there. When the English bank account didn't declare, remember Warner was right there. But they changed their pants and they changed their skirt. They changed their blouse and they changed their shirt. They even changed the style of their hair, but they had changed their stinking underwear.
Everybody messaging me where to get that song. Kurt Allen is my real boy. Kurt Allen, the last Bajan of Calypso, my good friend. And Kurt say he don't know what happened. It fall off of YouTube and the master tapes gone missing, so he had to redo. I tell him I want an updated one for the election coming. I want an updated version of that song. So the people who are asking me to share it for them, I can't, because there's nothing to share now. But I have that. I have that. So we will have it still, but I just don't have it to share it to you as a video. Yeah. Yeah, so I know people want to call and cuss about, but don't cuss. People want to call because they had no show last night, and 682-2110. Phone in my hand. (682-2110). Feel free to have your say. We will go a little longer. This is our party song. When they ask you, this is, let me share this for you. We have two party songs, this and Talk Your Talk by Chicken House. Imagine a ministry of culture with men like Kurt Allen and Rudder.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide.
I happy, don't call. Nobody wants to call. Good.
Your vote can foretell our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you
As I say that,
fail the other doubt.
when you're voting,
Vote them out.
hello, good evening, you're live.
The switch.
Yes, my brother, what's up? Oh gosh, what am I call? Please don't call with your last 25 cents on the phone. Hello, good evening, you're live. Where you calling from?
Hi, Philip from Diego Martin.
Welcome, my friend.
Question: What are the plans for civil servants in this new PP?
Well, I understand that Keith Rowley said there are 50,000 public servants. That doesn't account for URP and CPEP. So we really don't know. We don't have an accurate account. But we envision a nation where hope and opportunity, I guess he's listening offline, hope and opportunity exists for all. We will not shut things down and leave people out in the cold. That is not what we're about. But there has to be transition. We need to be able to identify things that could be privatized and things that need to be shut down. We have to repurpose the people who working in those things. You can't just throw people away like they did with the people who was working in the steel factory. You can't deal with people like that. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hello, good night, Philip.
Yes.
That was an excellent speech. I have a question for you, right? I am a young friend of 20 years old, and I am doing my master's in business administration at TAM. How am I going to get a job if the community and industry organization is affected with, let's say, people that put in people for their own friends for job and they can't have the educational background.
No,
Right.
all of that will be a thing of the past. Progressive Empowerment
Right.
Party is all about merit. That's end of talk. We all about merit. The right person for the right job. If Trinidad and Tobago was about merit, the right person for the right job, Keith Rowley would have never reached where he reached. He's been promoted beyond his area to be able to function normally. Hello, good evening, you're live. Where you calling from?
Hello, Mova.
Welcome, Mova.
Yes. I want to know what you do about because you see oil going through. So what you do about the energy security for Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, we'll be able to. You want me to answer you on the phone or you'll listen off here?
I'll listen to you off here.
Okay. Well, we obviously will be able to support ourselves with our oil and our natural gas, but there must be a transition in that too. We told people, we know in 10 years, a lot of the countries in the world want to be free of diesel and leaded gas. There was a time Curep intersection was the most densely polluted place in the world. Curep, Trinidad, sorry for lead. Anyway, we want to diversify the economy away from the 40% dependence on oil and gas. We will be opening up the market for technology, new technology, alternative energy sources, wind, hydro, dynamic, solar, thermal, whatever is available. We want to explore because that's where the world is going, and Trinidad could be a market leader in that. We've been in energy. We've been a pioneer in energy for all of our existence. So why are we not pioneers in alternative and renewable energies? We need to look at that. Yeah, we need to be able to go forward that way. The world has reached a point where you could build your house solar self-sufficient, generating your own water, you know. Them days of making sure that everybody had to be sending you a bill every month. You could actually have a solar powered house in Trinidad, plugged into the grid, and at the end of the month, when you get your bill, TNTech owing you, you know, because you're generating current into the grid that you're not using. 682-2110. Just that's how you vote them in. Hello, good evening. You're live.
You need to be able to help the farmers in this country to produce because we are importing too much produce in this country.
Absolutely
That's
agree.
my input.
Thank you for that. Absolutely agree. And well, you all know our position on food production. You all know our position on food production. We're very, 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 very focused. Our vision, our plan, until somebody else call. No, can't tell you. Hello, good evening. You're live. Where are you calling from?
Hello, good night. Yeah, Mr. Phillips. How would you treat the recidivism rates? Why it is in the prisons, and how would you treat that?
The prisons, our prisons need to become universities pretty quick. We need to undo and redo what passes for justice in this country. So that's a straight up talk. Yeah? We need to treat with our prisoners and redevelop them. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, you're live. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from DB.
Hi, DB.
Question. When the PP gets into power, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when.
You make me smile.
What is going to happen to all these contracts that the present government or the past government signed with companies, both foreign and local? I'm thinking of a particular
wasteful contracts. We're going to investigate all. There is law to protect the people, you know. You see all this nonsense they tell you that they couldn't cancel one Alexandra lease or they couldn't undo E-beam. All that is nonsense, you know. The money belongs to the people.
Those are the things that I'm thinking.
I know. We have too many wasteful contracts and we will shut them down cold, girl. I promise you that.
Yes.
I promise
Very
you
good. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. We missed a call. Sorry for missing the call. I was going to tell you something. The prisoners in jail, the people must come out of jail better than they went in. We propose literacy, education. Teach them skills. We're supposed to be able to treat with the people because people end up in crime. Nobody born a bandit. People end up for whatever reason. Hello, good evening, you're live.
How are you going to ensure that your party is not corrupted? And if it becomes so, how will you stop it?
How do we ensure that our party do not become corrupted? Well, we try our very best to make sure that we're not dealing with people who are interested in being corrupt. But more importantly, we plan to put tendering processes in place that makes it very difficult for you to be corrupt. When we say that we decentralize power to the 41 constituencies, no longer will a central minister of works be the one making the decision for the pavements and the roads that happen in the north, east, west, south, central and Tobago. Each constituency will be doing their own purchasing from their own contractors, independent of central government. We will have funding issues, we will have oversight. But at the end of the day, the roads and pavements and sidewalks and community centers and school repairs and hospital repairs that are taking place in your constituency, your supervisor of public works responsible for that. And you have a supervisor of public utilities responsible for your electricity, your street lighting, your water. They're responsible for that. You have a supervisor of health, a supervisor of education, and a supervisor of security. Hello, good evening. Where are you calling from?
Hello, good night. Philip?
Yes, hi, good night.
Calling from Woodbrook.
Woodbrook,
I have
my
two
stomping
questions. What are you going to do about the fireworks situation, seeing that affecting so much kids, older people, and dogs and cats as one? Two, are you going to do anything about recycling in Trinidad?
I could answer both for you off the air, right?
Yeah, please. I really would like to find out, and especially about this whole madness on the avenue with all our linemen and all that stuff.
No
like
problem
that. What's your plan for that too as well?
That's three things. Okay, I'll deal with that now.
Yeah, thanks.
Fireworks, well, you know my position because we led the charge against fireworks this year. And we made sure that you have to give people Old Year's Night, like in England, Old Year's Night, Independence Night, okay, between 11:55 and 1:55 as your window. Like up yourself. So that people will be able to deal with the dogs. And you cannot do it in city limits. You have to be outside of city limits. You can't do it in residential communities. That's fireworks. And to say you're doing fireworks every night leading up to Christmas and all that's nonsense. You get charged for that. And we'll make sure that it is illegal to sell fireworks to people and not instruct them as to when and how to use it. Yeah, that's that. About this, if you talk about recycling, we plan to start here, 25 cents on every bottle at the manufacturer stage. They have to account for how many bottles they produce, and they have to pay to the Environmental Commission 25 cents on a bottle, which will be used to pay the people who go and pick it up and bring it in for reward. That will put the lowest levels of society. It will give them an opportunity to work. With regards to what's going on with bar licenses and stuff like in heavily residential areas like the Avenue, I've said publicly for years, they can't go beyond midnight. You can't. If you want to open a nightclub and a bar, open it. We'll support you. They have a room for every business. But don't go and put it next to the church, or don't go and put it where people sleep in. That is wrong. It's just wrong. And we will make sure wrong doesn't prevail. Yeah? So that's my answer to that. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hi, good night, Philip.
Where are you calling from?
Shogunas area.
Shogunas area.
Yes, another query in regards to tendering for the NRHs and them. That also need revamping. There's too much corruption and favoritism in the hospital sector in regards to tenders.
I want to tell you now, we plan to shut down that whole regional health authority nonsense. We're shutting down the regional health authority. We're decentralizing the health sector, 41 healthcare centers, answerable to the Ministry of Health, of course, but they're independent. They have a supervisor of health in their constituency. And that person is responsible for the quality of healthcare delivered in your constituency. They will do their purchasing. They will get funding to a budget. And we will oversee. There will be a centralized authority for expenditure in this country, similar to the Chancellor of the Exchequer, who will be responsible for your budgets. They go Martin West, Toco Manzanella, San Fernando East, everybody's Tobago East, send in their budgets, and it's broken down, and we paying this one, we paying that one. You don't get a lump sum of money. The checks will be disbursed. The checks will be disbursed. So your planning is important. Your planning is important. Yeah? So your constituency supervisors supposed to know what's going on. So your constituency supervisor for education has to deal with his stakeholders, the Parent Teachers Association, and all the school principals in the constituency. Hello, good evening. You're live.
Hello, good night. I would like to know how you would treat the big fish in the country.
What we doing about the big fish?
Yeah, how you want to treat the big fish? You hear the word? How we gonna treat the big fish in the country?
But I promise you, that's my ministry. That's my ministry. Don't worry. We will deal with them. Hello, good evening. You're live.
Yes, good night. We need to go back to indigenizing the curriculum with education, with teaching little children how to grow fish, how to plant agricultural land. And we need to give contractors, local contractors, the job instead of giving big contractors such as Junior Sami.
That's our plan. That's exactly our plan. That's what we mean by decentralized. To the guy who called about the big fish. The big fish. I want to let Kurt Allen quote it for you. We will not tolerate what has taken place in this country where the people's money is concerned. We want our money back. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. We want our money back. And I want to tell you this. We're giving you a moratorium. We're giving you 3 months amnesty. Bring the money back. I don't care if you use the amnesty to pack up your family and fly out to Russia. We will follow you to Russia, and we will charge you the cost of having to follow you to Russia. You stole the people's money. You misappropriated the people's money. Bid rigging, contract kickback. However you did it, bring it back, hand it back, inflated contracts. You built houses that worth $50,000. You charge $1 million with, and you and the minister share. Bring back the money. Do not make us have to come look for it. That's our policy. That's our policy. Tell Kamlan Keith they could steal that idea too. Tell them steal that idea. Tell Keith stop talking. Deal with the big fish.
I visited Parliament Chamber, witness an orchestra,
A band of parliamentarians.
rated their performance.
Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hey Philip,
Hi, where are you calling from?
Digger Martin.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome. So that guy brought up before this call about big fish. I'm very concerned about your safety. You are going up against some, as you know, the Backroom Boys, and a very powerful organization. How are we going to ensure that you are safe to get back our country?
Who jobless, no man curse. We go work with that.
Right?
No, but I understand what you're saying. But the people of Trinidad and Tobago, I don't think they will deal with having seen what we're doing. I don't think the people of Trinidad will tolerate that. I don't think they'll tolerate that. It's not going to be like any time before. I think that the pushback will be severe. I don't think they're going to allow anybody to interfere with their champions. Yeah?
All right, brother. You keep safe.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for being concerned. Hello, good evening. You're live. Hello. Hello, good evening. You're live. Listen to me on the phone. When you call in, listen to your phone and not wherever you're watching me on, because there is an automatic delay of about 2 minutes, so you will get confused.
From the UNC and the PNM, COP and the political system.
So, I was to ask the question. You all missed me? I was missing for a day. Don't be played for a fool. They're using race as a tool to divide, conquer, and rule. To justify their bully. The race card they always pull. Kurt Allen, boy. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hi, good night. I'm calling from New York.
Hi, welcome, New York.
Yeah, Philip, we missed you last night.
Yeah, but I needed a rest, boy. I need to get some sleep. People telling me I was looking tired. And I'm not looking tired tonight.
Nah, you look good.
I guess I'm sleeping.
My question is, how will you know that your party is not corrupted? Because I called a while ago and say the 41 constituency. How you will know that your constituency is not corrupted?
Well, I want to answer and I want you to hear me and then tell me what you think of this, right? Every year, the annual budget, they would have to request certain amounts from central authority. Ministry of Health, the Supervisor of Health, Ministry of Education, Supervisor of Education, and so on. They will have to account for 1 year's expenditure. It's not like the madness of what's going on now, where any number could play and anybody could do what they like and do what you like land. So, yeah. Oh, the phone is doing what it's what. This do what you like day. Sorry about that. The phone is doing what it wants. I have somebody on the line and I have somebody calling. Hello, can you hear me? Sorry about that. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hi, good night.
Hi, good night.
This is Indi Ali, better known as Indira Ali.
Hi, Indira. How are you?
I'm fine. I missed you tremendously last night.
I apologize sincerely.
We were worried about you. We thought something happened.
No,
I didn't hear you for the day. No videos, no posts, no nothing.
Sorry about that. I really needed some sleep. I was tired of people telling me how tired I was looking. I'm sorry about that.
So I'm just calling to let you know, yes, we did miss you a lot.
Thank you for that, Indira. Thanks for making the call for that. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
And thanks for your response after I messaged you.
Anytime. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Hello, good evening. You're live. Where are you calling from?
Hi, good night. This is Barako.
Barako. You know we come in Barako on the 29th, yeah?
Sure. You said that the MPs of the constituency will have to request funds for whatever, right?
Yes.
I was wondering, like, how are you going to combat inflation? Like, will there be a committee to inspect and, like, if they inflate the request to do whatever they want to do with you, like, what happens now where they inflate all these contracts to these kind of whatever? So I just wanted to ask you that.
Okay, I'll answer off here, right? We will have 41 budgets to contrast and compare. If the cost to pave a road in Diego Martin West is different to the cost to pave a road in Tobago West, we have to know why. Yeah, this is a political organization that is strong on things like animal rights, the environment. I mean, we really want to come and put the things back in place. This country, in quick time, could be such an enjoyable place. Imagine, if you could for a minute, a nation where Port of Spain, pristine and sweet, cleaned every evening from 6 o'clock. They're passing through with steam washers, wash down everything. By 7 o'clock in the night, you and the girlfriend, you and the boyfriend walking hand in hand. The elderly couples walking up and down, window shopping in Port of Spain, in San Fernando, police walking the beat. Everybody know everybody and everybody liking themselves. They have a band playing in Woodford Square. They have a merengue happening on Brian Lara Promenade. Something happening down on was it Wharf in San Fernando? I'm not from San Fernando, but I'm trying to say that this country doesn't have to be so hard to live in. You don't have to run home and close up tight when you see the sun. We living like vampires. When you see this, well, reverse vampires. When the sun starts to set, we running home and locking up tight. Imagine a country where, when I was growing up, my parents used to tell me, after school, you do your homework, go outside and play. Come back when the street lights come on. Imagine a country where you could do that again. Imagine a country where you could just, you and the wife, you and the husband, go for a walk after dinner, down the road, no destination in sight. You're going for a walk. This beautiful, blessed, tropical paradise. We live in a country where we hide from it. You could imagine a weekend coming and you and the family going back by the river, going back by the beach, you spend the week on the beach, the weekend on the beach. This is what how did we lose this? How did we lose it? I don't understand how we lost it. I don't understand how we let them reduce this nation to hungry people trying to prey on other people to survive. I don't understand. I don't understand how people could be voting for the PNM and the UNC, understanding that they're doing nothing to stop the drug trade, pretending, don't ask, don't tell, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. You ever hear the drug trade come up in the parliament? You ever read the Scott drug report? Google it. It's available. Google the Scott drug report, and that is from the 80s. Eh? Google that and read that. That's from the 80s. We blow past that, you know. Why doesn't the drug situation, why doesn't the drug trade come up between Kamala and Keith? Why Kamala not beating her shoe on the desk? Matter of urgent national importance. This is a narco state. Why is she not? Why is Mandela not answering for the 57 people that he said were trafficked? Why isn't he? Hello, good evening, you're live. Hello, good evening, you're live. Somebody is calling me from a 410 number. They're having difficulty. They're having difficulty. The police service, we could right-size the police service in a heartbeat, incentivize and motivate them. Make sure the police stations are properly set up and operational. Create a situation where police don't stay in the station for the whole shift. You're outside in the community, interacting with people in the community. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm calling from Maryland.
From Maryland?
Yes.
You really tried to get through with this call. I applaud you for your persistence.
Yes, hi. Thank you. I have one question. I know you said you want to introduce like prison programs and the 41 health centers, right?
Yes.
How how are taxes going to be, individual income taxes going to be affected?
That's your whole question? You have anything else to ask before I move on? Okay. How will income tax, how will taxation be dealt with? Now, there are different taxation models that you could work with, but we need to have an understanding of what is the real recurring expenditure of the country. And the real recurring expenditure of the country and the income situation will instruct us as to what kind of taxation we're doing. Because like the road tax, we tax people at the gas pump for the road tax. That should be spent in the constituencies collected. Right there. And upkeep that road. In my mind. Of course, there will be a team, the Ministry of Finance, but our goal has to be to get us to a simplified taxation. There's a concept called 1 month. Whatever is your income, pay a 13th month tax or 2 months, depending on your tax bracket. But that's fair. That's fair. You see, when they tell you, once you break a red light, it's $5,000. That's unfair. To be 13 months, a $5,000 charge will put him in jail. To a man driving a $1 million Mercedes Benz. That is nothing. Why are we not looking for parity and equity? Why are we not making sure that we treat all our people fairly? Take a percentage of the car. 1% is your charge. Your car worth $15,000, you take $150. That is 1%. I know people will sit down and count quick, you know. But I will make mistakes because I talk for an hour unscripted. Yeah? Anyway, I think we had a nice long show to make up for my absence. Back to the taxation thing though, because I want her to understand, I want everybody else to understand. We want fair taxation and we want to make sure that all the taxation that is collected is used to properly run the country. But we're going to be cutting expenses. And we want to, in fact, we propose that if we maintain $60 billion budgets and 30% of that $60 billion is money that we do not have expenses for, then we will share it with the people on your birthday. Look, your share of Trinidad and Tobago as a shareholder. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Good evening, good evening. We know that we have to close down the Port of Spain jail.
Yes.
Where do you intend to put the next sentence? In what environment? The next jail in what environment? You don't know about that?
Yeah, no, I'll answer you. Now off the air. You listen off the air, right?
Oh, yeah, off the air.
Yeah. Well, we want to get to a place quickly where we don't need prisons at all. So we're going to have to, I guess, invest in facilities now. But we need to make sure that what we build allows us to train and redevelop people. This idea of punish and kill, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be managing the social fabric so that people have no reason to go to jail in the first place. But for those who do, those who fall out of society, we need to right-size them and bring them back into society. There is no benefit to nobody of jailing a man for 40 years and then letting him out in the twilight of his years, hateful and angry and useless to everybody. It is better that somebody comes to jail, and I'm not talking about rape and murder, because you see them thing, you're going to pay a capital price for that. You see human trafficking and kidnapping, you should hang for that. I think that is as obscene as murder. They should hang human traffickers. They should hang rapists in this country. But the people who commit them other crimes that are not blood crimes, you're supposed to be able to be put into a system that could understand and identify why you are a criminal, why you're breaking the law. If it is that you're illiterate, illiteracy causes more crime in this country than anything else, closely followed by poverty. Illiteracy and poverty causes more crime. Listen, human beings all have the same needs, regardless of where we come from. We all need, besides food, water, air, we need, and procreation, we need to feel like we matter. We want to belong. We need intimacy from other human beings. We need to feel actualized, like we matter. Hello, good evening, you're live. Hello, good evening.
Yes, hi. I'm calling from Suriname.
Suriname. First time caller from Suriname. Yes?
And my question, I am here. I'm a Trinidadian. I live in Suriname.
Could you speak up though? We're not hearing you. Is it?
Could you hear me properly now?
Better, much better.
Okay, good. So my question is in regard to what are the plans for CARICOM? Because I don't know if most Trinidadian and Tobagonians know, Trinidad contributes tens of millions of US dollars to CARICOM every year. And my question is, do you think we are getting a fair return on that investment? And how best can we use those funds to make sure that our interests are basically carried on by that organization?
Are you listening on the phone or off air?
I am listening on the phone.
I am a strong proponent of a One Caribbean. So you're asking me, but I will put that to a referendum in Trinidad and Tobago. I think that we should be pushing for a One Caribbean group of countries that we could, like how the European Union was originally envisioned, so that we could make it possible for free movement of goods and services and professionals and performers and artists, that we could lower the cost of living across the board. Because if we start buying collectively the things that we need to buy internationally, we would make life better for all of our people. Yeah?
I think you are absolutely right on that. But what I do not believe is happening right now is that a lot of the ideas are being, and the money, of course, is being eaten up by a bureaucracy where people are paying themselves the equivalent of what a Trinidadian minister makes, and even more than the Prime Minister himself.
Yeah.
Or herself, depending on the time you're looking at. And people are coming into the CARICOM and the affiliated organizations as a money-making thing, and not to advance the cause of the people in the Caribbean, but to enrich themselves by earning U.S. currency, tax-free, if people don't know that, and they're getting all the breaks, all the tax-free breaks and so on, and they're actually contributing absolutely nothing.
You're absolutely correct. And I said before, I don't know if you heard on the show that we discussed this, all of our high commissioners and ambassadors are going to be put on a mission. And if they're not performing, if they're not taking Trinidad business to the world and bringing direct foreign investment to Trinidad, of what good are they? We have fax and email and phones now. We don't need to have a man on the ground. So if you're not there promoting Trinidad's development, what's the point of paying you?
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. I am like you. I joined CARICOM to be a Caribbean citizen. I actually moved from New York to live in this country. And to live anywhere in the CARICOM for me is the equivalent to living in Trinidad. Because at the end of the day, we're all looking for the same thing.
Absolutely.
But I have become very disillusioned after being here for over about 5 years or so, that I'm seeing basically hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent every month. And I'm not going to name any organization. And we're talking about US dollars. Most of it coming from Trinidad. Yeah. Right? Because Trinidad is the biggest funder to the CARICOM. And the money is not doing any type of development work, or the type of development work that it should be doing. It's paying salaries. That's what it's doing. It's paying salaries, paying gratuities, paying car allowance, house allowance, paying all kind of allowance. And at the end of the day, nothing is being done.
Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. And we need to fix that. Thank you very much, my friend.
I'll send you a message offline.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
I like that call. If you see message on this phone, don't forget, this Saturday at 6, we in Santa Cruz. Sharon, the owner, the people, Roti Cafe, which is outside Roti Cafe, the best roti in Trinidad and Tobago, that's where we're having the meeting on Saturday at 6 o'clock. And they normally would be sell out and close by 4. And she said that they would be selling roti. Now I'm telling all of you, this is a running bet. I tell Trinidad, that's the best roti in Trinidad. So if you're coming, come and get them a sample and taste. Listen, I hope they have lobster roti for you to taste, because they sell that on the weekend. Come this Saturday at 6 p.m. In Santa Cruz. We're between the police and the fire station. My God, the phone is just doing what it wants. Hello, good evening, you're live. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Philip.
Hi.
I am calling to ask a very personal question.
Personal question?
Yes, and I think everybody wants to hear the answer. How do we get you to be so calm, collected, great at telling us what's happening, engaging us? We want to be up after 2 in the morning in Scotland listening to you.
Yeah, we love your accent, yes.
How do we get you to be this calm and collected? This broadcast was brilliant.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. We want to see more of this kind of thing. So what do we need to do to facilitate that?
Well, I had taken on too much, and I was involved in a lot of stuff with the party, and I had to take a couple steps back, and I took a night off last night to just get a little recharge, and I feel a lot better. So thanks a lot for being concerned about my wellness. So I will try to keep myself from burning out.
Good man.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping an eye.
Thank you. Thank you very much for caring.
All the best.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. She has such a cute accent. Scottish. People messaging me calm and collective. Our next doctor, Leroy Callis, Black Stalin, singing He Liver Strings Out. How come you can't unite 7 million people?
When a West Indian unity, I know it's very easy. If you only rap to your people and tell them like one.
Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hi, Philip.
Hi.
Calling from Arima here.
Arima.
Yeah. So, I want to ask a question. In terms of duties on commercial goods, will the PAP be doing any kind of revision on the duties that are currently charged, or would that all be left alone?
I want to tell you, our policy is level the playing field. Our policy is level the playing field, and we're dealing with all our international partners from that position. We need to make sure that we protect our manufacturers as well as respect the people trying to import. So the name of the game must be consult and talk with all the stakeholders in each individual industry. But things like construction and anything to do with tech, duty free.
Okay, and lastly, on this new tax that was recently implemented by the PNM, the online purchase tax, what's your stance on that?
Oh, that's madness. I was a person who started the petition. The whole world is going online. We were supposed to start our own platform to take Trinidad business to the world instead of doing nonsense. But I know what that was for. That was to try and protect the retail trade in Trinidad, and they don't understand that is a thing of the past now. No, that will be gone. We should be expanding. We want free broadband Wi-Fi. We want to create a platform for people to export from Trinidad and Tobago, not be taxing who trying to import.
Okay. Yeah. And one last thing, in terms of something like sport tourism in Trinidad, so like in terms of motorsport, for instance, this is something that Barbados and Jamaica take full advantage of, and they make a lot of money doing this.
Sport entertainment is one of the fastest growing niches in the world, and we have been foolish that we're trying to pin everything down to cricket and football when they have so much other sport events that are family events that we could have been developing in this country. So we fully support that.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Take care, my friend.
Caribbean man on the same ship. Caribbean man. So we must push one common intention for a better life in the region for we woman and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man. The Caribbean man.
From a caller from Suriname. If you only know, I was keeping my personal business to myself, but if you only know how I am a Caribbean man, and I wish we could elect to office in all the countries in the Caribbean, people are willing to bridge hands across the Caribbean Sea and make this, we would be the best area on the planet.
You say that the Federation was imported quite from England, and you're going and form a Carifta with a true West Indian flavor. But since Carifta started running, morning, noon, and night, all I hearing
is money speech.
Money speech, them Prime Minister.
All they care about money.
But I say no set of money.
Can't form a unity.
your people need.
Their identity. And I tell you, don't let nobody fool you. That man, Leroy Callis, Black Stallion, David Rudder, Kurt Allen, them fellas, you gotta sit down and talk with them. You gotta talk with them. You gotta ask them where you was coming from. Because we have plenty Calypsonians and all good. We have plenty soca stars and all good. But David Rudder, Leroy Callis and Kurt Allen, them fellas was tapping into something. And we need to find out where it was going, where it was getting that from, because they was taking us beyond. That song, Caribbean Man, that's about 30 years old. About 30 years old. Nothing's done. Nothing's been done. We're not treating these things like, hello, good evening, you're live. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Good evening, Philip.
Hi, where are you calling from?
I am calling from the Highlands, Zambia right about now.
I hope you're not driving and talking on the phone.
Yeah, but don't worry, I have my headset.
All right, welcome.
Here's my question to you right now. I always say, I'm not about party politics. However, a party that comes to me and tells me that it is their intent to give our dollar back some value. That's back to $3 to $1 US. That is a party that I would support.
I want to ask you a
I
question.
would support any government that tries to make our dollar, give our dollar back a little value.
I want to say this to you because I've said this over and over. We have a dollar that is 1/7 the US dollar now, but has less than 1/15 the spending power, and that does not add up. It doesn't add up. And I want to get to the bottom of it. But we can't get to the bottom of it outside here asking questions. We have to go inside and see what they've been doing. It doesn't make sense. And you're right. Our dollar not supposed to be this weak.
Yeah, because when you have countries that we look down on.
Barbados.
We gotta be superior. Barbados dollar is worth more than ours.
But of course, Barbados dollar was 1-to-1 the other day. This is insane. They're doing something, they're manipulating the currency, and I know that, but we can't do anything about it. They're going to say we're trying to back at every passing car. So they have some things like sticking up in it, but I want to tell you, you're absolutely correct.
But every government has come and every party has come on board with leadership in this country.
Ask them what they do. Ask them what they do with their time.
Not one has done anything to give our dollar back some value.
Brother, not one has done anything to give our people back their pride. Trinidad and Tobago is a nation that's supposed to be the best country in the world. We're supposed to be beaten with chest with our red, white, and black. They've done nothing. We need to fix that. Thanks a lot for your call, my friend.
But what is your plan to do that then?
Well, the first thing we have to get is information. We have to find out based on what. We have to get the right economic team. But I am saying to you, on the surface, on the face of it, you cannot have a dollar 1/7 and have a spending power less than 1/15. Something is wrong there. There's a disconnect, and I would like to find out where that disconnect is.
And to do that, they gotta get into office.
Well, I mean, I watching Afro Raymond beating his head against a brick wall with these issues. Afro raising it every single day. If you go to afroraymond.com, I think that's his website, you will see the points that he raising about click on, people ignoring, people not taking it on. But the point you're raising, people don't understand. When the value of the money in your pocket is less than what it's supposed to be, they're robbing you. You're losing value. So you're spending something when you're important 15 times what you should be spending. We need to check and see what's causing that. I believe it's artificial. I believe that it is deliberate. And we need to know.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay. Have a good evening.
Thank you, my friend. Listen, they have stakeholders in every sector. They have stakeholders in every industry. At the end of the day, you need to be able to get to the bottom of what is driving the problem to apply a solution. This show tonight went on an hour and a half. So we could wrap up right now. To the people who came in late, well, y'all could watch the whole hour and a half. It was a very eye-opening show. I enjoyed the conversation with the people who called in. And we're going to make sure that our calls every night, I want to say that we're building an app. And PEP app is being built right now. And one of the most important features of the PEP app, and I promise you, it will last into government, is that the people can get information from us immediately, direct to their phones, and that they could contact us and respond in real time. So, yeah, thank all of you who were here. Of course, I have an overseas call, so I'm just going to give them a quick thing here. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hi, you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
Sorry.
Hi.
Calling from London.
Hi, London. How are you?
Okay, I just want to ask one question. I send you some PayPal, and why is PayPal charging extra instead of that money goes to you?
I don't know. I'm still waiting because we have someone, Maya, she's handling that, and so she's coordinating that, and she's checking on all of that. So we're gonna know when. Because we're getting some nice contributions, and to all the people like yourself who sent a contribution, thank you very much. We've not actually received it as yet, but she's managing that and tweaking and seeing. So at some point, Maya gonna make sense out of everything, and whether we stay with PayPal or try something else, she's working on those things. Yeah.
Because I use PayPal a lot, and I don't ever pay a penny for anything except BNP. But why are they charging me an extra pound to send it for you?
Well, I don't know. We have to.
But that money should be going to you. $8 should be $8 should be going straight to you instead.
Well, Maya is the person who actually makes this thing happen, and she does it. She takes the broadcast and puts it on the YouTube. So I know she's paying attention to this. So we will see what's going on. Yeah. Thanks very much.
Okay then.
Thanks a lot.
Missed you last night. Bye.
Sorry about that. Really apologize about last night. There wasn't. I was exhausted, but Saturday, 6 o'clock, there's a members meeting at noon in Stanmore Avenue. When we say a members meeting, come and join your member, you know. It's not difficult to become a member of the Progressive Empowerment Party. We're one big family. When you hear people like Lima and Felicia and Giselle Tor, Karen and David and the team, when you come in there, you realize that it's just one big family. So come and join up Saturday at noon. If you can't make that, Saturday at 6. We in Santa Cruz. Send a message. Show them. Come out in your numbers. This don't have to be wildness. It just has to be, look, we're not happy. What they're doing not making sense. Our meetings, we see what they're copying with their conversations with the Prime Minister. That is a feature of a PEP pep rally. All our meetings feature an open mic. Half the meeting is the people contributing. So feel free to come down and get yourself involved. Yes? That's it. pptrinbago@gmail.com. To anything else I forget, anybody else that I overlooked to mention, I apologize. See you all tomorrow night, hopefully at 8 o'clock. I'm aiming for that. Saturday at noon, Saturday at 6. We're doing it live. Yes? Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.